Hi everyone and welcome back to AFTV. We are here to discuss Arsenal's upcoming game against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. Notwithstanding, of course, we play them again at the weekend, but we're focusing on tonight. This is the Starting 11 show, and on the show with me, I've got two very esteemed guests today. Who shall I start with? No, let's start with Lee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Got to say,
Lee Judd is in the building.
I like the top.
Oh, thank you, man.
Looks very nice. Suits you.
Thank you very much.
No
Appreciate
problems.
that. Yeah. I was waiting for... You're just going to compliment him, that's it?
No, he's trying to be nice.
No, you know what I mean? Always nice.
No, but listen, man, thank you so much. And also, it's my pleasure to introduce to my left, Julian in the building. How are you, bro?
I am very well, very excited. Looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, I am. I must say, I am looking forward to this game, actually.
Why?
Because the Carabao Cup, I think it's fair to say we've not done that well in this competition. I think we've only ever won it twice. I think my memory serves me right. 1987, 1993. 93, yeah. So it's 31 years ago.
Yeah, we've been in a few finals.
Yeah, but
so realistically, we've actually seen. It's an unbelievable thing that we've actually seen Arsenal win the only times.
Yeah,
the League Cup.
Yeah, but the competition hasn't been going for that long. It's not like the FA Cup, 100 odd years old. I think it only started. It only started in the 60s. Yeah, it's quite a new competition.
No, it's about time we won it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And
but
it's not like we're we're awash with trophies, despite what the manager said yesterday about winning the Charity Shield. I've got to ask you, what did you make of that?
What, winning the Charity Shield?
I think, to be honest, he was joking when if I'd be honest, but. You know what I mean? Sometimes you shouldn't joke. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't make jokes. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they can bite you on the jacksie, and I think that one has bit him on the jacksie. Like, you know what I mean?
I must admit, I caught my head in my hands like that when he said that.
Yeah, but there is a certain truth in it. I understand he was probably joking, his tongue in cheek, but in order to win, it's what's called now the charity trophy.
Don't go down there, Julian.
All right, no, but in order to win it,
you're swimming up against a tide.
Swimming here.
Okay.
But go on, you're going to carry on or are you going to stop?
No, I was actually going to say you have to win something, but thinking back at the last one we won, we did win second place.
Yes, so don't go down there.
It was still an achievement, probably a bigger achievement than winning the FA Cup, coming second in the Premier League.
I've helped you out there, just remember that.
I think it's fair to say that a lot of fans up and down the country would not regard the Charity Shield as a major trophy. But anyway, as we move, let's concentrate on tonight. Like I said, for me, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it is a big game. I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. We do need to win. It's a London derby. We've got a very decent opponent as well, Palace. I think they'll try and win it. They're not going to come here.
They're not going to try and lose it, are they? Or
no, but when I say that, I mean...
Can I just say one thing about... Sorry, just going back to the Community Shield. Like, Jose Mourinho, who was a winner over in England, did say he always added that to his collection.
No, listen, I mean, football's all about winning trophies.
And it is at Wembley, and you do live something.
Listen, I've been to the last one where we won. I was there.
Did you cheer?
And we had a good day out.
Yeah, it was a great day out.
But I wouldn't regard it as a major
it's not a major trophy, but then can you count tonight as a major trophy? At what point do you call it a major trophy? Is it just there's 4 and then that's a major trophy?
That's a great question. Is this a major trophy?
Well, tonight, for the Carabao Cup, definitely, I mean, as I've said on previous shows, when the manager and the hierarchy at Arsenal draw up their priority list at the start of the season, I'm pretty sure the priority will go something like this. Premier League 1, Champions League 2, FA Cup 3, Carabao Cup 4. So it is at the bottom of the priorities, I would imagine.
I'll imagine top 4's in there before that.
Yeah, I would think.
Oh, yeah,
top
actually,
4.
that's good. In terms of winning trophies.
Yeah, in terms of winning trophies. I think a lot of people would take top 4 over.
And Arsenal always said it was a trophy.
Yes.
Which you ain't.
But it's worth more than the trophy.
No, but if we're talking, I do get your point about the top 4, but in terms of winning trophies, I think most people would say, if you ask them, that the Carabao Cup is the least amongst those priorities. That being said, though, I still consider it a major trophy, and I still consider it something that the club should try and do their best to go out and win.
I don't know how Julian feels about this, but I think I've had some of my best times following Arsenal, and it's been the League Cup.
Yeah, oh, wow. And there's 2 moments that I can think of, both from that 87 one, which was the League Cup semi-final against Spurs. Yeah. And all 3 of those games, but definitely the last one, but also that one at half-time where the announcer for Spurs starts talking about the ticket information for Wembley for all the Spurs fans. and then we went and got it back, and then the replay. And then for me, I say, if you're going to count that as the first major trophy, the first trophy that I was alive for, I think, was the 71 Cup final, but I was a baby at that point. But the first trophy I saw that I thought was a trophy was the Mercantile Credit Centenary trophy in, I think it was 86. And I got really excited seeing that because I'd never seen Arsenal win a trophy. But then the first major trophy was...
I remember 1979.
I can't remember it, but I wasn't there. That was a difference.
Oh, right.
Me being there.
The first real nostalgia.
Yeah, the first trophy I was there was at Villa Park when Arsenal lifted that Mercantile Credit trophy. But then the first major trophy was the game against Liverpool. And at that point, Liverpool were absolutely dominant. And when Ian Rush scored, that meant that Liverpool always won, never lost a game. And Ian Rush scored. And Perry Groves came on to change the history of Arsenal because we kicked on from that moment and we won leagues and Cup Winners' Cup finals. And I think of that moment in '87 and that substitution, which changed the whole history of the club.
And it's unbelievable because a little story like. I was playing against Ian Allenson once.
Oh wow!
Right?
Oh right, I remember Ian Allenson. Yeah.
Well, he scored the equaliser on the.
He got the equaliser at the FA Cup game. There was a corner being played.
Sorry,
you're right, Laurie. Robbie never does
Actually,
that.
can I just interrupt you by saying, Frank, can I need that laptop, mate, because I need to do the super chats.
Frank never does. Robbie's never done that.
No, I was trying to.
So Ian Allenson was playing in the game. And we was having a corner or something, and I just turned around and said, trying to put him off.
Were you playing against him?
Yeah, playing against him. It was I think it was an FA Cup game. I can't remember. Anyway, I said, I'll buy you a drink after the game. That was a special thing, So didn't think nothing of it. Like the game finishes, I'm sitting in the bar, and he comes up and said, I'll have that drink now. You know what I mean?
And you got to talk to him.
Yeah, so I bought him a drink. And he was going, I've had so many free drinks on that goal, you know what I mean?
It was worth it.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it has been special.
Nostalgia's done. Let's get back to today's show.
Yeah, we've only do nostalgia.
That little bit of nostalgia. We can better than your phone ringing.
Yeah, we can talk about '93. Go on to that, but we'll save that one for later.
Listen. In all seriousness, this is a game that we need to win for me.
Yeah, and me.
I think it's changed. I think at the beginning of the season, probably not priority, but I think what's happened to how the season's panned out. I think this is now a massively important game. We've got to win tonight.
Despite what the manager says, it is really and truly one trophy in his time here, which is the FA Cup. So, the Carabao Cup presents him and the club with an opportunity to win another trophy. And I think that we should do our utmost to try and secure it, which means getting a win over Palace tonight. Just before asking my next question, quick super chat from Abdullah Abba Hussein. He says, 2 hard questions for you guys. Oh, I've kind of lost it. Okay.
That's a great picture, by the way, Laurie.
The super chat's gone.
What have you done?
I don't know what I've done.
Anyway, we'll talk about 93.
Yeah, let's talk about 93 now.
No. Let's talk about tonight, the team. What type of team do you guys want to see?
Changes. There will be changes.
There has to be changes. But also, we're quite scarce with defenders anyway, so I don't know who he's going to play. I mean, is Josh Nichols fit again?
I don't know if he is. I think that it wouldn't surprise me if Thomas Partey's back in at right back.
Really?
Well,
again?
I wouldn't surprise me.
I suppose he's got the choice now, hasn't he?
Kivior will play.
I mean, I don't think he wants to risk Timber again.
No, I don't think Timber or Gabriel. I'd be very surprised if them two are playing tonight.
Yeah. So, then,
but do you want to go strong now, or do you want to see changes?
No, I want to see changes.
We're playing the same team twice in a week.
And I think that's why you've got to make a few changes. I think Crystal Palace will make changes as well. But I'd like to see Arsenal make a few changes. I want to see Wanyeri playing. I want to see Sterling playing today because I've not been all these players.
Did you say Sterling? Does he still exist?
Well, I don't know.
Somebody told me he was AI.
I don't know. I'll tell you, all I've seen Tierney do is just model the new gear. Like, you know what I mean? I'd like to see it, but I don't think he'll play today if Miles Skelly played. But I definitely want to see Sterling playing today. You know what I mean? And obviously Wanyeri. And it gives. I think Declan Rice is out for today, and he's like.
Yeah, that's the rumour.
But Kel came out and said he was okay. So fitness-wise,
I think he's just going to precaution like.
Do you think he'll put him on the bench?
I don't. I think rumours are that he's not. Going to play.
But just coming back to what you said about Palace, you thought they'd make changes. The rumour that I've just heard from a Crystal Palace fan was they're going to take this very seriously. And when you actually look at their league position and their form, you'd think they probably would. I think they're a team looking around the bottom of the league that they're probably one of the stronger teams there. And I don't think they're in much danger of actually getting relegated, and they haven't got much chance of doing anything at the top of the league. So it could be a perfect opportunity
it'd be really
for them.
interesting, because I know you do your research and all that. Like, you know, when the team comes out, you can let us know if they have been strong or I've gone a little bit weak. I'm really, because you are the guy. You are the guy to go to for that. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a rumour circulating. It's just been forwarded to me that says that Tierney might start today. That'd be interesting.
So the rumour is he might start. So
well, according to this, he will start. So,
Right.
But I don't want to own it and say, yeah, he's going to start, just in case he doesn't. Super chat here from Abdullah, as I said earlier. 2 hard questions for you guys. If you had to pick one out of the 2 versus Palace, which one? If you can switch order of both games, would you? Let's start with the first one. If you could only get 1 win of the 2, which one would it be? I know that's a very difficult question.
That is a difficult question.
That came up on a previous show I was on the other day, so I'll be interested to hear what you guys think. Julian, if you could only get 1 win of the 2, if God came down and said, right, you can have a win, but it'll only be 1. Which one would you take?
yeah, I would. I'd pick Saturday. Pick Saturday because I still think we've got a chance of the big prize. And also, even if we're not going to do the big prize, it's still so crucial that we get top 4. And I know it is a really good day out. It's filled me with great memories, but for the good of the club, it's more important that we get top 4 than we win the Carabao Cup. I mean, I think last time I checked, it was about £100,000 prize money to win it. It's not about the money, this competition. It does bring success. It is a great day out, but you've seen some of the teams that have won it over the last few years. All right, once you take Man City out.
I think the competition, winning it this year.
what are you saying then?
I was going to let you. Right, so I was asked a very similar question.
I'm going to try and get
I
out
said,
of it.
if I could have just the one, it would be the Carabao Cup.
Really?
And the reason why I said that is because we've not won trophies for a while now. And also, let's look at the league and think, even after Saturday.
You think it's done?
No, I'm not necessarily saying that, but even after, say on Saturday we dropped points, we got a draw. There's still 20 games left after the Saturday game. So there is time to, I know it sounds unlikely, but it wouldn't be mathematically impossible, would it? Whereas if we go out of the Carabao Cup, I think it's gone. It's a lost opportunity.
Yeah, but how big an opportunity is it?
I think the league's gone, if I'll be really honest about it, as much as I'll...
But we're still in the same position as we were a few weeks ago with Liverpool. Yeah.
With Liverpool, but not Chelsea.
Okay, but Chelsea are not that far ahead of us. What we've got to set our sights on is Liverpool. So if we can take Liverpool out, then Chelsea should fall by the wayside anyway.
Yeah. What about you?
You know what I mean? I'm going to go with you and say like tonight's more important. I would have. I wouldn't have said that 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said that. Maybe a week ago. But I do think Saturday is. Listen, they're both important for different reasons. But I think we need to. I think Mikel needs to get a trophy. I really do. Just take a little bit of pressure off of him.
But the other thing is
mounting up.
You talk about the pressure. So let's take the scenario that Arsenal go on and win this competition. So how long does the pressure stay off him for winning the Carabao Cup? Because you talk about the haters.
Second and win the Carabao Cup, whatever it is. I think that gives him another year.
Just from winning the Carabao Cup.
Well, I think fans will say like, he's won a trophy, and I think that what I'm getting is that there's a lot of fans at this moment in time are ready to turn. I don't understand why, but they're ready. You know what I mean? Like, I think a cup competition may just pacify them a little bit longer. I don't know.
I mean, personally, seeing and hearing some of the fans that have turned him, I don't get why they're turning him so quickly for all he's done for the club and the progress we've made over the last 5 years. But for me, those kind of fans, the ones that will turn that quick, the Carabao Cup won't buy their loyalty for that long anyway. You're talking about maybe a few weeks.
But I think that, for me, the conversation shouldn't even been that. It's if he can get him over the line. The trouble with what Mikel's done is because he's got us into this position now, his success of getting us here is now his failure, if you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think he needs to be given time to see if he can get us over the line. And there's a different conversation. For if you can get us over the line, do you sack him? Or I'm not in that fear. Where even if we didn't win anything this season, I'd still be saying give him another year because to prove it. But I think if he had a couple of cups under his belt, it would make it a lot easier.
So do you think he's a victim of his own success?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I think he has been a victim of his own success because if you'd have been getting top four, people would have been like, "Oh, he's getting top four or whatever." But now we've been so we've touched the Premier League, haven't we? You know what I mean? We feel like we've touched it, and now it's further away.
We've nearly touched it. It was in our stadium on the last game of the season. We couldn't get closer than that.
No,
we actually saw it.
Yeah,
it was on TV, but
it was.
We saw it get wheeled in.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were in that stadium on the last game of the season, and we knew that Premiership trophy was there. It was in our in our grasp because
it was there. And now it seems a distant memory. So, listen, I also think tonight's important. Just get back to winning ways. There's been
good point
with Mikel, and the biggest beef I've got with Mikel is that he go on these little runs, but there's these little clutches of poor results at the same time. If you look back last season, West Ham, Fulham, Liverpool, all in 3 games. Now we're again with Fulham and bloody Everton. You know what I mean? Like add that Crystal Palace to it twice. If we don't win on Saturday as well, I've got my doubts we can go there and win. The way we're playing, it just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Get the win tonight, or by hook or by crook.
Yeah, I agree with that. Listen, I thought the Everton performance was poor. For me, it felt worse than the Fulham one did.
Because
we had more of the ball.
It was worse. But did that have as much to do with the way Everton played even more?
Yeah, Everton have to be given some credit. I thought they defended well. They also did their due diligence. They knew that, it's not rocket science really. If you try and eradicate the threat of Saka and Odegaard in particular, those guys, then... You know what I mean? Yeah. Arsenal do struggle. There is that disparity between the left and the right. The right, when it's functions very well. Cannot really say the same of the left-hand side. Definitely problems there. The striking position as well. Havertz, at the moment, is not firing on all cylinders. I think it's fair to say. And just a general lack of confidence, not shooting outside the box. There was a number of things that went wrong on
Well, for me, he just needs to mix it up a bit. If he's playing a team like Everton, one thing you know is they're not going to mix it up. They're going to play a certain way. And that certain way is bringing everyone back, condensing play. You know, that they didn't even... All right, they hoofed it up to the big guy up front. What's his name? I always forget. Calvin Lewin. And he did pretty well. But... they didn't support him at all.
No, they didn't. I've never seen it before.
It's like he didn't have a chance.
Isolated.
Yeah. I mean, the guy did not stand a chance to score.
No.
And that was their game plan. Because a lot of teams, they'll come to Arsenal, they'll defend, and then when they get the opportunity, they'll try and attack and they'll break. They didn't even try to break. No. They had no intention of even trying to win the game.
They showed very little ambition. And that was evidenced
there was no ambition.
When the game was finished, the way they celebrated the draw.
Yeah.
Was almost like, they'd won a trophy.
I mean, if that's what football's amounts to, it's not an entertainment anymore.
No, but you know what? I'm not really going to hate on that too much from an Everton perspective.
No, because
they had a game
Julian,
plan.
you can't. Yeah. If Everton and teams like that come to us and open up and play football against us, we're going to win every single time.
And I understand that, but there is a balance. And as you saw with Calvin Lewin, they hoofed it up to it. He couldn't do anything. What could he do?
No, I get you. Right. Yeah. Those sort of teams, if I'll be really honest, deserve to get beaten in the last minute.
Absolutely. And they deserve to get relegated.
But, I won't go as far as that. But what I'm saying is they do. But because of what happened and everything, you have to give them they at that point might keep them up at the end of the season. So you can't... the onus was on us to break that down, and the manager to get it tactically right with his substitutions. If I'll be really honest, Mikel fouled. You know what I mean? If that was an exam, he had a big F on his sheet.
What do you think to the school of thought? Robbie is of this viewpoint that he thinks that Palace will try and adopt similar tactics tonight, and the reason why they'll do that is because, of course, if the game was to end in a draw tonight, they'll go straight to penalties.
Is there no extra time?
No extra time.
Yeah, so...
Straight into penalties.
So
of course they will. And there's something at the end of it for them to go in on penalties. But let's not be right. Let's get this right. Yeah, we're talking Crystal Palace here. Yeah, you're talking Everton. You're talking Fulham. done it at home. Manchester United also done it as well. Like so, if Manchester United are coming here and doing that, you've got to expect that Fulham are going to come here and do it. Yeah. Crystal Palace are going to go and do it. You bet your bottom dollar in a couple of weeks' time, Ipswich are going to do it. And when Man United come here in the FA Cup, they're going to do exactly the same. There's extra time in that one, but at the end of the day, they will do it.
Is there a replay in that?
No,
there's no replays.
So no replays. So all these teams now are going to come here and do that. But the difference is with it, Laurie, is that these teams, the bigger and better teams, the Tottenhams when they come here, the Aston Villas when they come there, they will play exactly the same way or defend the same, but they will have potent players. Yeah. They'll have an outlet and they'll have players that can hurt us. So we have to find a way against Crystal Palace and Leicester. Leicester, Ipswich. These two teams come to the Emirates, do the defensive sort of stuff, and we wipe the floor of them. Then other teams will go, oh, perhaps they've found a way. So, but if Palace come here today and they stifle up a 0-0 draw, and Ipswich do the same, we're in big trouble.
So then, what should Mikel do differently? You said he failed. If you were the manager, what would you have done?
Well, I did say before that, and I said it on the starting 11 before that game when I looked at everything there. I would have played Wanyeri and Odegaard in that game there because you knew that there wasn't. I would have done it at half time. I was saying at half time, bring it off, and they're showing no ambition. There are other things you could do, you know what I mean? Why not put Martinelli down the middle and play two up front instead of just one off time of all the time? Maybe go 4-4-2 or 4-1-1, I don't know, something like that. Also, people will say it's wrong thing to do and whatever. Maybe, particularly on that game when you've got a 39-year-old on a booking, chuck Saka over there. Yeah. Just something, do
right, if I could just, sorry to interrupt
no
you. It's just, of course, I want to read out a super chat. It's not because of what you're saying, because I do agree with pretty much everything you said there. Raj says, the grass isn't always greener. Stick with Mikel. I think pretty much all the fans would be of that opinion anyway. AFTV Sanogo says, Timber and Kivior start today at centre-backs. Well, we're homing in on the official starting 11, so we'll find out very soon.
Should be out now, shouldn't it?
Sorry?
Should it be out now?
I've not received official notification of it. Maybe one of our production team can send me the official start. I'm not seeing it.
So 7:30. This 7:30 thing is like, 1 week it's 7:30, then it's 8:15. The next game's Ipswich is 8:15, isn't it? Tottenham's 8:15.
Well, does it matter? It just means we get to bed a bit earlier.
I think that extra 15 minutes.
It's 45 minutes. If we start 7:30,
no,
it's
I know,
8:15.
I don't mind. Yeah. You know that life is 8 o'clock, but 8:15, I think there's a massive difference from that.
I'm sure there's some commercial.
A lot of people leave, didn't they, 5 minutes before the end of midweek games because they've got to get the train and all that. But that 8:15 makes it even worse.
It does. But I'm sure that those games starting at 8:15 has some commercial aspect to it. So, to be real says he's a victim of his own progress, not success. I suspect he's talking about the manager.
Yeah, I agree.
So there was another one there, but it's not coming up.
Maybe it's an hour before kick-off on the League Cup. Then.
Yeah, maybe, because like I said,
is it out? 5 minutes out.
Yeah, so it's up 7. Yeah,
up last. So.
Yeah,
I've rushed my dinner.
A lot of people suggesting changes. Few people saying they want to see Kieran Tierney start today, which I'm certainly not against.
Listen, I would start him today.
There's no point in having him at the club.
If he ain't going to
he's got to play sometime.
He plays well today. He's got to be in for a chance on Saturday as well, surely.
Yeah, but the other aspect is maybe they've got a sale lined up for him in January and they're scared with him that that they wheel him out for 5 minutes and he gets injured again and that blows that. And he's still on the wage bill.
Well, I think he would have probably left if he weren't for the injury in Scotland.
Well, he was playing the Euros. Thing, So maybe they're just keeping him for that. But then why bother putting him on the bench?
Just to make up numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can put one of the youth players on the bench, give him the experience. If they genuinely think the guy's got absolutely no future at Arsenal, then keep that space for one of the youth team, unless by putting him there, they're kind of feigning the fact that he's still part of the setup and that increases his price.
Let's move a bit further up the pitch. In terms of, I'm talking principally in terms of the attack. As we said earlier, right-hand side is been, well, actually it's not been functioning as well as it should have done the last couple of games. But I think there's a general perception that the left-hand side is where the problem is. You talked about Sterling on the left-hand side probably, which, listen, I'm in favour of that. We need to see Sterling. What about up top, centre-forward position, namely?
I'd like to see Martinelli there. If people were saying that it's not working for him on the left, when I first got excited by him, it was down the centre, so he can obviously play there. So why not put him there? Thoughts?
Lee? Yeah, do you know what? If he's going to play today, I'm with you on that. I'll play Martinelli up front today. Well, if you're going to if he's not going to play today, and you play, for instance, we're playing Jesus and Havertz. It's not working, is it? So why not try something different? I'm with you, and this is the game to do it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you wouldn't have gone for Jesus through the middle.
Well, I think that he will. It's either Jesus or Martinelli for me.
Okay.
But we've already seen it, and if things aren't, I understand, if things are going really well, everything's flowing, it's all fluid, we're winning 4-5-0, all the goals are flying in, there's no set pieces, everyone's happy, you don't want to change it too much. But if, we're struggling for goals, people are complaining, you've got not a free hit today because it is important, but you can try something different. And you can always change back if it's not working.
Oh, I agree.
Got a super chat here from London Nomad. It says, Arteta is a good manager, but I don't see him winning us the big things. 700 mil and he hasn't addressed the attack. 5 years and back in. He panics second half against Everton or can't break mid-blocks. What do you guys say about that?
I can't argue that. I think it was a mistake now, looking back at, hindsight's a wonderful thing as well. You can, you look back at the transfer window now and what's happening now.
But it's only been the last few games.
It's not been the last few games, Jim. It's been all over the season. Come on.
Yeah, it's more than the last.
It's more than the last couple of games.
Break, we were struggling as well.
We've been struggling like a lot all season.
But it all seemed to click. when they came back for the international break, we had the game over in Portugal. That was
but
amazing.
To be fair to Lee, that's what he was saying before. He was saying that there's been patches of where we've not looked so good. Then we have looked good.
And this is what I don't understand. Anyone that says we're not a good team. We are.
Do you know what?
No, but no one's saying that.
People are. It's saying we can't score goals. I've seen them score goals in the last few years. I've seen them score a lot of goals.
I think the frustration for me is it's like, and I use this analogy. What word? I can't
analogy.
Analogy the other day. Right, if I'm playing football and I'm playing with Julian, right, and he keeps making mistakes, I'm not going to have a go at him. I'm not going to have a go at him.
Yes, you would.
Do you know what I mean? He's not really good. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to let it. But if it was someone like Cecil on the ball, you expect a little bit more. You ain't going to have a go at him. Do you know what I mean? You go. But if it's like unlucky, Julian, keep going, keep your head up. But if someone's doing it, is good. You go, Jesus, get on with it, you know what I mean? That is the thing. I see a very, very good team with Arsenal, and it keeps failing, and that's where my frustrations are.
No, I'm with you on that. I don't. To be fair, Julian, I don't think no one's saying that we're not a good team.
I think
what they are saying is that we should be doing better. There is a distinct difference between saying that.
We're still third.
But
come on, we're not playing well, are you? I know what you're saying.
We're not playing well, but we're still in with a shout. We're still in the. I know we haven't beaten anyone that great in the Carabao Cup yet. We've been Bolton and Preston. So you'd expect to beat both those. We're still in the shout there. We've done pretty well in the Champions League. More importantly, you're up against the best teams in Europe. And where are we? Third in the Champions League group.
Yeah.
So all we got to do is beat what's considered to be two of the weaker teams in the Champions League group, and we're through in the top 8 of Europe.
Yeah, but that ain't going to win you nothing.
Yeah, but it puts you in a position. You can't win it.
When it matters, then when we go to Bayern Munich last year, we can't score a goal for Toffee. And then that's when the people come back about the goal scoring thing. And come on, you was out there in Munich. It weren't great.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a great performance. And we've seen these performances this season. When have you turned around and said that was an unbelievable performance? Sporting,
right? West Ham,
really? West Ham, we're panicking at 4-2. They get the next goal, we was panicking.
You were panicking.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? When that fifth goal went in, you went, oh, God, thank God for that.
No, but you know what it is, right? I'm going to mediate and say two things can be true at the same time. You're both right. You're right. Yes, we have scored goals and we have looked good. I think the point Lee's making, I don't want to paraphrase him too much, is that we're lacking consistency.
I will agree with that.
We are underachieving, especially when you consider that, yes, City have dropped off. So most people would have expected Arsenal to step into that breach. Whereas if you look at it, it's Chelsea at the moment.
And Liverpool.
How I say it, Laurie, is, are you confident about going Saturday to Crystal Palace, saying you're going to win that game?
I'm confident up to a point, but I would agree with you on recent...
Last season when we was on the run, when we was playing, you going there, we're going to win 3 or 4 today.
Well, last year I think I was there, we beat them 1-0.
1-0, yeah, but we weren't in the form that we
They
was
had a
in.
man sent off as well, didn't they, in that game, Palace? Oh, no, sorry, we had a man sent off.
It was Tommy Asu got sent off.
Tommy Asu got sent off.
Yeah,
we was hanging on, weren't we?
We were hanging on for the last. I think he got sent off about 20 minutes to go,
Yeah.
and we were hanging on.
Yeah.
But we were totally in control up to that point.
Absolutely.
And the season before we went there, and I think we won 2-0. I remember there was a header.
That was the first
from
game of
Martinelli,
the season,
first game of the season.
Yeah.
And then the game before, I think that didn't we beat them, or was that the one where we lost 3-0? We lost 3-0. And everyone went mad.
Oh, that was a bad performance.
Right, it's 6:30 now, so hopefully we should have...
Team is out. Right, well, Bisping got from the gallery. We've got people watching. That it's out. Production ain't very helpful. What are they falling asleep? You've fallen asleep in here, production.
They've not sent it to me yet. I'm
Poor,
trying
like, you know, like Robbie's like not here. And like,
They've all gone to sleep.
They've gone to sleep.
What are they doing?
Right, we've been assisted. Shout out to Kane. He did send me the team, but that wasn't the official when he sent me that a few minutes ago. I want to see the official, so I don't get it.
Just realised I haven't got glasses. I can't read it anyway.
Right.
Keep touching it. Make sure that.
Yeah.
Oh,
you've ruined it.
It's up there anyway.
Oh, it's up there.
Raya in goal, Partey, Kivior, Timber and Tierney. So Tierney does start. Midfield of Jorginho, Mourinho, Ranieri. A front trio of Jesus, Sterling and Trossard. So looking at that, it looks like Trossard's going to play through the middle.
So Timber and Kivior are the 2 central defenders. Partey at right back, which I said. Tierney at left back. Jorginho, Mourinho and Ranieri. Jesus, Sterling and Trossard up.
Yeah. And who's on the bench?
Oh, don't confuse me, man.
So looking at that team, are you guys happy with it?
That's exactly what I said it would be.
Yeah, I'm really...
Without Tierney.
But I'm really pleased Tierney's there. I mean, one of the things about Tierney, from what I remember, it's been a while since I've seen him, is he can make the overlap, which I think makes a difference.
I'd be interested to see the Palace team as well, if someone's got it. See
yeah.
But I mean, listen, that team there should be enough to get the job done.
Well, it depends.
But saying it and doing it is a different thing. Well, you would always fancy Arsenal at home, wouldn't you?
Well,
so
it's still. I wouldn't say it's a totally second string team, but if you look at that team, how many players would be starting? There'd be probably 1, 2, 3.
Timber, definitely. Raya.
4/5.
Partey.
Who else you saying?
Raya, Partey, Timber.
Raya, but you wouldn't pick Partey
at right
back. So I'm just going to take him out. So I'd say Raya, Timber.
So
2, and even Timber wouldn't be playing centre half, would he?
No, but I think he'd be in our best 11.
All right, yeah, be in the best 11 instead of Ben White.
Maybe at left back as well. If Ben White's available.
Instead of Calafiore.
Yeah, could be.
So
there's one notable omission there that none of you have clicked on yet. Maybe you've done it deliberately. So there's no Saka.
No. I said Saka wouldn't play in this game. I said Jesus, Sterling, and Trossard.
Yeah, you've got to give him a rest.
This is a game, yeah. 100%.
You have to give him a rest.
When are you going to give him a rest?
No. Listen, I've got no. Listen, if we do not win the game today, I for one will not be saying the team was.
No.
So I'm not going to make no excuses.
I don't blame them.
That is not our strongest team. We all know that.
We all know that.
But
and there's
that
players
is enough
in there
for me to get the job done.
Yeah, and there's players in there, and I'll mention them. Jesus, Trossard, Sterling, Kivior, right? They have got to perform today,
absolutely,
because they're the one. Otherwise you're not going to be at Arsenal much longer. You're not going to be at Arsenal. You've got to do it. Jorginho and Mourinho have performed. Well, Mourinho maybe not so much. Ranieri's coming through the ranks.
Yeah.
Partey you're going to give a pass today because he's playing right back. And Raya's only playing tonight, guys, because we ain't got another goalkeeper.
Well, we have. But he's cup tied.
Yeah. Well,
the main one's cup tied.
So the guy,
but then the other guy, Stepford, he looked really good against Preston. But actually, by putting in Raya, it shows that Arteta's
I think it's the right thing to do.
No, I totally agree. But it's an indication that he's taking this very seriously.
Yeah, well, listen, it's not like when we played under Arsene Wenger. That's your squad players out there today. That's what you want. That's your second string. That's what you want. Then they've got to be good enough. So to me, if Arsenal don't win today, it's not down on the match, down on the players.
The rumours are that Eddie's on the bench. I've not seen it. Maybe the production, if you can, send us the Palace team.
Well, I don't know. They're awake. They're awake, Joe. No.
But yeah, the rumour is that Eddie's on the bench, which somewhat surprises me. I thought he would have started tonight.
See, I'll be quite interested in who they've brought in to play their right wing back, because they've got a problem with the Colombian boy that's been absolutely immense for them. Is out suspended.
What's his name?
It begins with M. Production, can you help me?
Munoz.
Yeah, of course. I was just joking. I remembered exactly what his name was. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So
he scored against City, didn't he?
Yeah, he scored against City. He's suspended, and he's also suspended for the game on Saturday, which is quite. He's got yellow cards. He's suspended. He's been naughty. That's why he gets suspended.
You get 5 yellow cards, only one game, so he must have been.
Well, apparently he's been very naughty, which means he's out for both games. And
so he's been suspended for.
He's been suspended for the
2
two games.
Did he get sent off or something? Did he get sent off?
I think he might have done.
Right, we've got the Crystal Palace
naughty.
team up. Thanks to our production team for providing us with a Palace team. I'll just read it out. Henderson, Gay, Kapora, I hope I haven't butchered that name, Lacroix, Shalabar, Mitchell, Hughes, Lerma, Eze. There was some doubt as to whether Eze would play, but he is obviously. Mateta and Sarr. That's quite strong, you know.
That is.
Is
that
quite
their strongest Julian?
It's not, because the player that I believe is. Can you pronounce that again?
Munoz.
No.
Kapora.
Kapora. I think he's the kid from the youth team. So I had a choice out of him playing
holding.
Yeah. And I think he's on the right, so we can expose down that. So whoever's playing on our left side, is it Sterling?
Well, don't know really. Probably Trossard.
All right. So whoever's playing. Okay, so there we go. He's the 18-year-old. Plays. He's come from the youth team. Plays right wing back. So if we can. Actually, that's the position to exploit down the left.
Did that Danny Mures get sent off then? Has he got a 3-game ban? Can we ask that question? You don't get a 2-game ban for 5 bookings. So he must have been sent off, or he's available on Saturday. On your research that you've just said.
Well, I did say I was suspended. I did know the other guy was from the youth team.
Meanwhile, you're saying that there's been another super chat in from Sadiq. He says the lineup looks weak to me. I'm assuming he's talking about Arsenal's hopefully stress-free win. Former Arsenal players Matt Turner and Eddie Nketiah have to settle for a spot on the bench.
Did you know Matt Turner was at Crystal Palace?
Yeah, I did. But obviously I wasn't expecting him to play.
Julian knew this as well.
Yeah, we did our research at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
what did you call him last season? Was it the season when he played for Arsenal? Was it Anthea?
Anthea Turner.
Yeah. Gosh.
He weren't
it's a bit harsh.
Was
he? Harsh, man.
Bit harsh.
He was worse for Forest. Do you remember when we went up there?
I don't care about Forest.
No, but I did care because they were playing Arsenal. Do you not remember we went up there and we won because of him?
Yeah, he threw one in.
Yeah, he threw one in. Yeah, he was really good.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We liked him.
But yeah, I'm going to say that Palace team does look quite strong. So I would imagine that Palace, you know, they are here for the win. And when I say that, obviously, of course they're here for the win. But you know what I'm saying? The team reflects the...
I would say that that's their strongest team that's available, yes? You're going to agree with that, Julian?
Yeah, I would say so.
There's a number of good players.
So that's the same sort. They're going to play that same sort of team on
Mateta and Sarr
on Saturday.
That's a threat for us as well.
Yeah,
we saw Sarr.
Hughes has been playing every game,
and
Mitchell left back's been playing every game.
Yeah,
Henderson's been playing every game.
If you look at the 3 they play in defence, Guerhi, Lacroix, is French. Lacroix, and Shalabar. I think they're both all 24. And they've played 11 out of the last 12 games together, which is what Arsenal have lacked. because you don't get, the consistency. And as the season's gone on, their form's improved. And I think it's because of the strong back that they've got and the consistency they've got of now building that relationship.
But as we said earlier, so far in this competition, we've played two teams that are outside the Premier League. Today's our first Premier League opponent, but we are at home and we are expected to win. And I fully expect that we win. And however, that being said, we will need to improve on Saturday's performance, Lee, because
we ain't going to be hard. If we kick off and play to a player, that's an improvement.
Yes. So if we do play as we fully expect, then should we talk about who we're going to get in the next round, who our preferences are?
Yeah, that's a question.
That's a bit premature. It's a bit disrespectful.
Because me and Julian had a discussion about this. And I just want.
You're really thinking that far ahead.
Wow. Yeah, no. We've got to think of logistics.
If we get through today, right? All right. If we don't get through, all right. So I'll change it around. If we don't get through today, who do you want to win out of Man United, Tottenham?
Man United.
Right. So, but you're saying if we get through, right? Who do you want to win out of Man United and Tottenham?
Tottenham.
You? Now, I can't get my head around that.
No, it's not because I want them to win. I just...
That you want Tottenham to get through. But I hear the side, we hate Man United as well. There's that thing here. But, I can't have Tottenham.
I'm with you, mate. We live near each other and there's too many Tottenham fans.
Yeah, I can't have...
I can't be having that.
Thank you. Yeah. Man United tomorrow? Yeah.
Yeah, me.
But why do you want Tottenham to win, Julian? Can you give us a bit of information why all of us here want Tottenham out?
All right, with the bigger game for me, who have Newcastle got? Is it Brentford? Newcastle playing Brentford?
Want Brentford to win?
Absolutely want Brentford to win.
Yeah, because you feel you've got a better chance of beating.
Nope, because I don't want to spend all night on the M1. And, there's three of us. I'm not complaining because I'm really feeling a privileged position that I go to these games and I love these games. It's brilliant. And it's beautiful experience to be three in the back on a 12-hour journey up north. Newcastle, even worse. What's it take to get to Newcastle? 7-8 hours?
Oh, I want Brentford to win that game.
Yeah,
for those exact reasons.
What,
but now,
you don't want to sit on the M1 all night?
I don't want to go to Newcastle on a Wednesday night.
No, I don't either. But in the same way, I don't want to go to Manchester on a Wednesday night. I don't really want to go to Liverpool.
Let's be honest, you don't want any away games, really, do you?
No, but you're going to get
No, I'm just saying in terms of what you want.
Yeah, but on the semi-final, it is going to be home and away.
You want Spurs to go through.
I want to be playing the one that I most want.
Spurs might go through against Man United, and you might get Newcastle away in the semi. So why do you want them to go through?
No, I don't. I don't want any Northern teams to go through. I don't want any Northern teams in the Premier League. If I had a choice,
got against the North.
It's not that I've got anything against the North. I like the North. It's a great night out. Always been made very welcome.
In it?
Most of the time.
Is that all it's good for? A night out.
I just want to know in the chat. Arsenal go through. Who do you want? Do you want Man United tomorrow or Tottenham? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I want Tottenham because I don't want to. It's just more convenient. And this is the fans that go to the game. I'm not saying I wouldn't go to the game, and I'll be happy to go to the game, and I'll definitely go and watch them play at Newcastle. I'll definitely watch them play if they played at Liverpool. But if I've got a choice, I'd rather go half an hour than 5 hours.
Right, if I could just hold you there, I've got a super chat that I need to address. It's from Naz.
I've got nothing against the North.
Said Palace played their best lineup. They're trying to win the game, unlike Arteta with a weak lineup. Now, I would say I agree with the first part of that. That Palace lineup does look strong. However, I do not agree with Arsenal having a weak lineup. And I would go as far as to say that even with the changes that he's made, given the fact that we're at home, I would still expect Arsenal to win.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And the other thing I think you need
So in other words, what I'm saying, I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yeah, and the other thing I think you need to consider about those lineups is two things as far as Palace are concerned. First of all, they're not in Europe, so they don't have the level of games we have. And although this is an important game for Arsenal, for Palace, if Palace actually won this competition, that would be a major, major part of their history. I think the last time they even got to a semi-final, I think was 93. I think we beat them 5-1 on aggregate. So their level of success, we talk about Arteta, he's raised the expectations. Palace's expectations are to stay in the Premier League and have a bit of a cup run. So if they actually got to a final, that's a massive day out for them.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it is more important for Palace.
Yes, it is, but I still think it's important for Arsenal for the reasons I said earlier on the show. Like I said, 1 trophy in 5 years, despite what the manager said yesterday. 1 trophy in 5 years.
We did win a couple of those. What about those pre-season games when they...
Oh, come on, man.
Although they did scrap the...
let's not go there, man. We all know it is what it is, yeah?
It is what
1 trophy in 5 years. It's about time he won something.
Yeah, and it's about... we got to win this game tonight now, like, you know. He's picked the team. It's a team that probably a lot of us thought we was going to play because there was changes. I totally agree with what Julian's saying. It's a little bit easier for them. They don't play week in, week out, so that, you know, they don't have that many midweek games. We have, you know, another game next Wednesday, do we? No, Christmas then. But like
playing
after
Friday.
Then we've got, like, as soon as we come back after that, Friday, Wednesday, and then
we got Saturday and we got
Tottenham then it's the Champions League again, like so.
And then we got the League Cup semi-final up at Newcastle.
Well, if we win today, so like it is a little bit. Can you believe it? Like it's on next week, it's Christmas Day.
Yeah, I know.
Believe how quick it's gone. There you go.
The Arsenal subs today. Should just name those: Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Havertz, Setford, is it Kalkouri, Lewis Skelly. Exactly. When you look at that bench, you think, wow, there's some really top players there. So if we do need to call upon replacements,
is it Odegaard? Or?
Yeah,
of course it is. Who else is it going to be?
I don't know. It might be one of these obscure YouTubers. I haven't. But then
Odie.
Yeah, but then last week they announced someone on the bench, and I'd never heard of him either.
Semi Odie from the under-18s has come in today.
Could have been.
Right, you know.
Listen, if he needs to call upon the cavalry, listen, there's a lot there.
So it's maybe someone in production couldn't spell Odegaard, so just did.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to fit it in on the line. But listen, at the end of the day, we're pretty sure it is Odegaard. Let's hope we don't need him.
Yeah, we're 90% certain that someone in production couldn't spell it, and it is Odegaard.
But on a serious note, let's hope we don't need him, yeah?
Look, it is. Don't read that. It's very, and
they still can't spell Odegaard.
And knobhead is 2 words, not 1.
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to the football, shall we? In fact, let's go to predictions because we're going to wrap up soon. Let's start with... I'll start with you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Go on.
Start with Julian. Give us your
6-0
predictions. And as I like to do on programmes like this, I won't allow you to just say, we're going to win. Because that's
no. I'll give the scores.
Tell me why.
I'll give the minutes.
Yeah,
goal scorers.
Give me your prediction. Give me your scoreline and why you think it will end up the way you think it will end up.
Okay, 5-4.
What?
On penalties after a 0-0 draw.
Wow.
1-1. Penalties.
You both think penalties, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, after that seemed like that.
Yeah.
I thought you said he didn't have any problem with the team lineup.
I didn't say that I had any problems with it. I just said, right, you know what I mean? We're still winning on penalties, but listen, that's going to be a tough game for us tonight. It'll be a tough game if we play the whole team.
Wow, I must say I'm a little surprised. That,
what are you going for? Yeah.
I'm going for an Arsenal win.
Well, go on,
a couple goals. I went 3-1 before, but that was obviously before I heard about the team, and I do accept that Palace have gone quite strong. But I do feel also that we're at home. A couple of the changes I do agree with, the likes of Sterling, people like that. Tierney, an opportunity for them to get some football, do their best, and maybe even give the manager something to think about going forward. Yeah. So, yeah, on that, I do think it will win. I think it'll be a good game. I don't think Palace will be as negative as the likes of Robbie and Julian are saying. I do think that they will try and get the job done as well within 90 minutes. And, yeah, that makes me confident we'll win. So, yeah, I'm going 3-1.
Good.
Well done.
Right.
Yep.
See you on the M1 at Newcastle.
But listen, thanks, guys, for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us. Thanks also to you guys out there for watching this show today. Don't forget the watch-along. We'll be closely following after we've finished. Got some really good guys on there. Make sure you keep it locked and loaded on AFTV. We'll catch you very soon. We are out. Take care.